The best of the ECHL are heading to Jacksonville. We'll tell you all the All-Stars. There's peace on the labor front. We'll have info about a new collective bargaining agreement. And, of course, some highlights, too. You've come to the right place for your hockey fix. ECHL Week starts now.
Hi, welcome to another edition of ECHL Week. This time we come to you from Fifth Third Field in Toledo, Ohio, the temporary home of the Toledo Walleye, as the ECHL returns to the outdoors. More about the outdoor game later on in the show, but first we check out the big story, the announcement of the players who will be taking part in the ECHL All-Star Classic. This season's format features the ECHL All-Stars versus the Jacksonville Icemen. It should be especially entertaining since the hosts have been at or near the top of the league standings for much of the season. Here are the ECHL All-Stars. Joe Masonis, the representative from Adirondack, leads his team's Blue Liners in scoring. Gavin Gould of Allen is tied for third in the ECHL among rookie scorers and is tied for the top spot among first-year players in assists. Tim Davison of Atlanta is tied for fifth among all defensemen in scoring. He's also an impressive +10 this season. Cincinnati's Wyatt Agee, another rookie, is second on his team in scoring among Blue Liners. The league's leading scorer is Blake Winicki of Florida. He's also put up 11 power play points so far this season. Goaltender Samuel Harvey has played more games in goal than any other Comet this season and has lost just once in regulation time. Greenville's Liam Pecoraro leads the Swamp Rabbits in scoring and is averaging over a point per game. Huweni Aksenchuk of Idaho is number 5 in the ECHL in shooting percentage. He's also 5th in team scoring despite having played only 17 games. Indy's Mike Lee is second on the Fuel in scoring as a defenseman. Overall, he's third in the ECHL in assists and second in power play points. Chris Bennett of Iowa is atop his team's scoring list. He's also 6th in the league in scoring by first-year players. The top scoring defenseman on Kalamazoo is Brendan Miller. He's also third among ECHL rearguards in power play assists. Another blue liner, Marcus Crawford of Kansas City, is tied for third among D-men in points, and he ranks number 1 in shots. Maine's Justin Brazeau is scoring at more than a point a game rate and is one of several All-Stars who spent time in the American Hockey League this season. Veteran Zach O'Brien of Newfoundland is averaging well over a point a game while leading the Growlers in scoring. Also playing at a point a game pace and leading his team's points list is Alex Tange of Norfolk. Ditto for last season's ECHL scoring king, Aaron Luchuk of Orlando. He's tops on the Solar Bears in both goals and assists. Rapid City's Logan Nelson is having a big season. He's second in the ECHL in points and number 1 overall in assists, power play points, and shots. The representative from Reading is Jacob Pritchard. He's had 2 AHL call-ups this season and is still second on the Royals in scoring. Jordan Subban of South Carolina has also spent some time in the AHL, but that hasn't stopped him from leading the Stingrays' defensive corps in points. Toledo veteran TJ Hensick is third in the ECHL in scoring. In addition, his +18 rating is good for 5th in the league. Olivier Archambault of Trois-Rivieres is another All-Star who's leading his team in scoring and averaging over a point a game in the process. Tulsa rookie Jack Doremus has had a good season. He's number 2 overall in shots, 3rd in rookie scoring, and leads first-year players in goals. Charle-Edouard of Utah is one of only 2 defensemen to pace his team in scoring. He leads all blue liners in goals despite a lengthy AHL stay. Another team scoring leader is Wheeling's Patrick Watling. He's tied for 9th in ECHL points while having played fewer games than all those above him on the list. Wichita's representative is Evan Beitenhuis. He's played more minutes and made more saves than any other goalie in the ECHL this season. And Ken Appleby of Worcester rounds out the team. Although the Railers are near the bottom of the standings, Appleby's in the top 20 in goals against average. One coach is Newfoundland's Eric Wellwood. He's got the Growlers atop the North Division and has led the team to a 9-0-1 record on the road. The other bench boss is Dan Watson of Toledo. The Walleye lead the Central Division and have just 2 regulation time home defeats. We'll have the Jacksonville roster later in the show. Labor peace in the ECHL. The league and players have signed an extension to the collective bargaining agreement. Here's more info. Although many pro sports organizations endure regular labor disruptions, the ECHL is not one of them. The league and the Professional Hockey Players Association have announced a deal to an extension of their current collective bargaining agreement. The Board of Governors and players have both ratified the new pact, which is effective through the end of June 2025.
There were a couple of things to work through, but I think our general mindset was that we needed to do this for the league and the players to give us some stability. Didn't want to reinvent the wheel. We wanted to focus on, some of the key economic terms, salary cap, how the rookie cap plays into the salary cap, looking, at our per diem rates and things of that nature. There's a couple of areas in the CBA that traditionally get increased over time, and that's where we turned our attention to. We're able to work through on both sides with the general aggregate mindset of that this is good for everyone.
This extension reflects the healing and recovery needed for ECHL teams and players alike after enduring a pandemic that has negatively impacted sports the past 2 seasons, said PHPA Executive Director Larry Landon. This deal is a 2-year extension of the previous agreement, which had been set to expire at the end of next season.
More news and highlights straight ahead when ECHL Week continues.
First-time buyers make up 35% of U.S. home sales. New buyers can benefit early by working with an experienced, trusted real estate advisor. In the Pacific Northwest, Will Springer is your trusted advisor for buyers and sellers. For a free consultation or to find a real estate agent in your area of the country, contact Will today.
If you ever have a chance to go to see a pro hockey game outside, it's worth it. A lot of fun. Give it a try. Now let's take a look at news from all around the ECHL. The Jacksonville Icemen are flying high in the standings. Here, subject to change of course, is the roster which will take on the rest of the league in the 2022 ECHL All-Star Classic. Although much of the attention in Jacksonville this week is on the All-Stars, the day of the event will start with a banquet to recognize the ECHL's Hall of Fame class of 2022. Cincinnati team president Ray Harris, former South Carolina standout Brett Marietti, current Kalamazoo assistant coach and former goaltender Joel Martin, along with longtime NHL linesman Tim Nowak, are the honorees. We'll hear from the Hall of Famers in the next ECHL Week show, scheduled to debut on January 28th. After 3 games at a baseball stadium in which they were unable to earn a win, the Toledo Walleye finally broke through on New Year's Eve with a victory over the Indy Fuel. After Carl Elmire opened the scoring for the visitors, the Walleye took the lead 86 seconds later on goals by TJ Hensick and Randy Gazzola. Toledo never trailed again. The Walleye scored the first 4 goals in the second period to stretch their margin to 6-1. Gazzola led the scoring parade with a goal and 2 assists. Adam Parcells, Mitchell Hurd, John Albert, Brady Tomlak, and Keegan Haldeshell all had a pair of points to support goaltender Billy Christopoulos, who made 34 saves. The crowd of over 10,000 at Fifth Third Field had a pretty good time. In addition to the outdoor game, we've got highlights from other games in the ECHL in the past 2 weeks. We start off our highlights with a good old-fashioned breakaway by Maine's Patrick Shea. The first shot doesn't go, but the rebound does.
Sakelaropoulos, he made the initial stop, but the puck came right down next to his pass.
5 ECHL players have 3 shorthanded goals this season. Cody Sylvester of Atlanta is one of them. Here's his third of the year, one of 3 shorties for the Gladiators in a game versus Florida.
And it's 2-1. Sylvester cuts the deficit in half. Atlanta is on the board for the first time this weekend and the first time in 2022.
Once overtime started, Reading didn't take long to wrap up this game against Worcester. Sick puck handling and a rocket shot by the Royals' Trevor Gooch put an end to this North Division battle.
16 seconds is all it took, Dylan, and the Royals rise like the phoenix from the dead, tie the game late in the regulation and win it.
And here's a rare occurrence, a couple of power play bottle poppers by the same player in the space of 37 seconds. The feat is accomplished by Fort Wayne's Stephen Harper, last season's Kelly Cup Playoffs MVP.
And Harper doesn't miss. It's digging in. And it comes up top of the blue line. The right side, Harper, one-timer, he scores! Same play, same results. Harper, his second of the night.
That wraps up another edition of ECHL Week from Toledo, Ohio. Thanks very much for watching. Make sure to follow us on all of our social media channels. They'll help keep you up to date on everything that's going on throughout the ECHL all the time. We'll see you again in 2 weeks as we wrap up the ECHL's All-Star festivities and the Hall of Fame induction ceremonies. See you then. We leave you today with a taste of the fireworks, which took place after the 4th ECHL outdoor game. It was Toledo's first victory exposed to the elements, and it gave the crowd even more to cheer about.